I came to Delaware in September 2022, and I've had struggle with addiction off and on. I became homeless around spring, summer of last year. I've taken notice that people started seeing you differently. People start seeing you, I call it a fourth-rate citizen. The majority of people, they look at you like dirt beneath your feet. I was in your shoes at once. I had a house, I had a job. So that means that I am just like anybody else. I have fallen.
Stigma can keep you from accessing care that you need. I was a nurse before I started in my addiction. I just fell in love with outreach. I've worked in the field for quite some time. Before this, I was working in a facility, and I've always done outreach on like a volunteer basis, but you never know what you're gonna expect out there. We've had to reverse overdoses, CPR, we've had somebody say, hey, I'm ready to go to treatment. They need medical clearance. We're gonna take them to the hospital. We're gonna sit with them and advocate for them until they feel safe.
I think it's really important for people who are struggling with addiction to know that there is absolutely a way out. About 90% of our staff are in recovery themselves. So when they say, hey, I get it, I know how you feel, I know what you're going through, that's legitimate. Like, they really do know and understand. And I think that it creates a level of empathy that they need.
The outreach program looked at me as just me. They've conversated with me, they've joked with me, they've helped me out as if I was a person.
Of course, I want everybody to go to treatment. I want everybody to get it, but that might not be what they want for themselves right now. So I just kind of have to respect that, respect their autonomy, respect the decisions that they want to make, and support them in the best way that I can.
You can't make anybody get sober. They have to believe it. They have to see it for their own eyes and be like, there's something here. I was ignorant to recovery. I thought like recovery was just separation from my lifestyle, the drugs I was using. And after the 30 days, like, I wouldn't want to use again. I didn't understand that, like, I didn't even have a choice half the time, right? I'm just reacting out of trauma. That's part of the addiction, is that you're not in a place of peace. So what we do is we use to find that place of peace. I ended up having to go to detox, and someone kept telling me, do the hard stuff while I was in there. Don't do things that you prefer to do. Do things that you have to do that are hard.
I went straight into a recovery residence straight from prison, and it was one of the best things that's ever happened to me for my recovery. I never thought about getting in the field of helping people, but now that I've been through so much stuff, it definitely helps a lot.
I believe that one of the things that can help people sustain their recovery is service work. What we realize, right, is that we have this gift to give others that we didn't even realize we had. And when you come from a place where you don't see your value, that lights a little fire inside of you, and it shows you that there's hope, right? Because our people suffer from this lethal absence of hope. That is what keeps people in these major states of depression, feeling like they're never gonna be more or do more or accomplish. And so to find something that helps light that fire and show them that they still have value is definitely a goal of ours. And I think a lot of our women and our men find that through service work.
All I ever sought out was to be loved and accepted. Impact Life saved my life. When I got here, I could exhale. I could breathe. My soul felt free. Taking care of those animals, it helps me to know that I need that same treatment.
I work directly with those who are coming out of recovery or in recovery. Every journey is not the same. It goes beyond just us talking about substance use disorder. We want to work with the whole person and engage them in socialization, bringing them back into the community, getting them familiar with areas that they may have put down because of their use or mental health. We try to get them into a space where they can start to heal and start to develop those skill sets that they need to live independently and sustain their recovery.
There is a thought that herd mentality can teach individuals how to better care for each other and how to stick together and how to lean on each other. And the purpose of care farming is to build community. What happens at the farm is that the women there are responsible for vulnerable animals. These women who come to us very broken, with low self-esteem and low self-worth, society has beaten them up for years. They find this unconditional love.
Giving them the love and attention that they need helps me know that I can receive it as well. Coming into Impact Life taught me how to love me again. They help us believe in ourselves. They help me come to believe that I am somebody. Everybody cares about everybody here.
There's more people that need sober living than there is sober living available, from what I can see. When trying to determine if somebody would be a good fit for housing with us, we look at some of their experience with treatment and recovery in the past. You know, what have they done before? What are they willing to do? I think a lot of it comes down to the willingness of what they're going to do for their recovery when they leave treatment. We try to look at the whole person and what they need and what we can offer them.
I was like, I want to go into like something really intensive, like long term. I don't care if I'm there for a year. And I want it to be structured and hardcore. You know, like that's what I felt like I needed, because I knew I was a mess at this point in my life, 20 years of using. So I talked to my case manager and she was like, well, we have a house in Milford that you can go to. You ever heard of Impact Life? When I went in, they told me, and they were like, we just started a new program. It's a 3.1 program, structured living, and we think you're a good candidate and you'll be one of the first people there. You'll probably be the third person in the door. I feel like a weight just come up off me. And ever since that day, like everything has just been looking up for me.
Starting the process of recovery definitely is not one size fits all. A lot of people don't know about the resources. A lot of people don't know that there's help out there for them. So they feel like they're stuck where they're at. The cafe is like a clubhouse for people in recovery. What the motto is everyone's in recovery from something. Like we're all recovering from something, whether it is substance abuse or mental health or, domestic violence, any kind of trauma, maybe recovery from a bad day at work. It's just a safe environment.
I think the hubs are a great pathway to having a safe space for those that traditionally wouldn't come out, wouldn't be a part of anything but maybe a 12-step. It actually is an invitation to help them understand what peer support looks like in their own recovery, and also a chance for them to meet a workforce trainer or a workforce developer that may be able to get them to the next level in their recovery.
Help people with resumes, job searches. If they need housing resources, we have housing resources. We can connect them with food pantries. Even before my recovery journey, like if we would have had a recovery cafe 9 years ago or before that, I would have started my journey so much earlier. We can build off of this, and the more cafes that we have, we'll have safer environments. We're saving people's lives like daily, and that's like the best thing that you can do.
The most meaningful to me, to be honest, would be like the fact that they check in on you, whether it's through the daily struggles of being homeless or being a human being that has lost a good friend. They're just always there. They're there every day, or at least always twice a day. They swing by, hey, listen, we got a care package, or hey, we got hygiene kits. We'll be back, and they come back, they're looking for you. And the crazy part is that's not even a service. It's just who they are. It makes you feel human.
When somebody experiences a recurrence of use, it sometimes, fills them with a lot of shame and regret. But I try to remind them, I try to build them up and let them know that if, you were lucky enough to survive, you're here for a reason, your life has a purpose.
We can tell that these people they really love us. It's not a paycheck, right? This is why I went back and worked for this place, because I knew that they're coming from a place of love. I think leading with love is definitely important, because you're teaching someone how to love themselves by loving them for them. And then when they start to love themselves, they start taking care of themselves better.
We're helping people build their toolbox because a lot of them come with no support. They don't know how to navigate the world in recovery. We see recovery as a lifestyle and not just something we do. You know, it's something we are, something that we are, right? So I think recovery can be forever.
It's just amazing to watch people flourish and become alive and, start to give back in this process. I know that what we're doing is good. I know that we're helping people, so that's important.
We have programs that can help anyone in any stage of their journey. There are therapists and counselors and case managers who are specially trained to help you walk through this process, to help heal the trauma. To be a safe space to other people, like that's the gift. You're putting people back together. I mean, we're helping people become whole. It's pure magic.